Yo, beautiful people, it is JamJam, the comedian.
Mr. Nice Guy Rugby.
And we are experts on the couch. And as you can see, today we're not on the couch. We are at the prestigious Rondebosch Boys High School.
No, special time to be back at my old school at Jam.
Yeah, well, I mean, just driving in here with my brother, we looked at the grounds. Beautiful school, a lot of tradition here. So some Springboks, one or two Springboks have played in these areas, namely Joel Stransky, until he was 16 allegedly. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
And then obviously we've got Hanyani Shimange, the legend, and Kobani Bobo recently. I think those are the most recent Springboks. Yeah. And then there's another Sevens player.
Zane Davids.
Yes, Zane Davids. He also scored a couple of tries here. But what a great institution, and it's just such a privilege to be able to shoot at a place like this. Hopefully we can shoot more episodes in future. This is just being in this room and seeing all the accolades. I mean, there's Gareth Bailey from Manchester United. For those who don't know, he played as a goalkeeper, and he's also a Rondebosch old boy. Yeah. So, yeah. But let's get into the business of the day, which is obviously talking about rugby and looking at the results, and then also giving one or two previews before we cut it short. So the schoolboy results. Let me whip out this bad boy and let's go through there were some crazy results this weekend, man. Only schoolboy rugby can produce.
Be this crazy, and obviously while Jam's getting it up there, I mean, there was a couple of bye weekends, but no, the school sport kept on going, ladies and gentlemen.
So the big ones that we're going to highlight: Grey College 45, Otaniqua 17. That match actually almost got cancelled. I don't know if you saw. Otaniqua sent a message saying they might not be able to fulfill the fixture. Ticket prices are actually expensive for buses. Wow. So I think they ended up making a plan, and it was good for them, but still got a bit of a hiding. Stellenberg Milnerton was cancelled, which don't know what happened there. Boland Landbo 40, Oakdale Landbo 36. That's obviously a classic clash, so 4 points in it. That must be...
It's always tough between those two out on the class there.
Yeah. There's farm on farm violence, as they say. And then Cares 12, DHS 22, DHS still cooking. Pretoria Boys High 18, Afis 45, that's more than expected.
Sure.
JP 54, Parktown 26. And then a big shock in terms of the scoreline: Maritzburg 64, Glenwood 7.
Wow.
I don't know what's happening in Glenwood these days, but they've gotten a couple of points put past them. And I was speaking to one of the Glenwood old boys, and they just said the rugby program just isn't the main focus anymore as it used to be.
Yeah.
I mean, in our time, Glenwood
which is quite evident.
In our time, Glenwood would never be catching 50 points unless they were playing Grey Blue.
100%.
Hey, then times change, huh? And then the one of the biggest highlights, I don't know if you saw this, but it was Grey PE taking on one of, if not the oldest school in the country, Muir College in Eastern Cape, 113-5.
Wow. Where do you think that 5 points came from?
Whoever scored that try clearly had other ideas. But yeah, that's a roundup of the schoolboy fixture. I think around the country there's probably 2 fixtures per school left.
Correct.
If not, most are winding up their season. You guys, I think, what, 2 games?
2 more left, Wynberg and Bishop.
Wynberg, Bishop, very big games. But yeah, that's the schoolboy results that sort of stood out. And then Villagers in the SLA league, which is the club league in Cape Town, the Villagers have gone back to back.
Also one of the most dominant club seasons I've seen in a very long time. 4 games to play. They've already been
4 games to play, and you've already been crowned champion is quite a feat. Like the games aren't easy in this club championship. So Villagers clearly doing something very, very right. And we were talking the other day about Villager's coming a long way from some of the time when we would have been in and around the club, or at least I used to play fixtures as a UCT player against, and Villagers, we used to give them points. It was basically a B team. You could get away with playing your B team against them. Now, fast forward, they've done recruitment well. They've, gotten the right players in, gotten the right coaches, and all of a sudden, back-to-back champions of the SLA.
No, 100%, Jam. You're 100% right there. I mean, unfortunately, as you know, as we've shared a couple of beers and had this conversation once or twice, I was in that area at Villagers.
Yeah.
It was a tough scenes out there running on a Saturday morning. But like I said...
sorry to bring up those old wounds, but... yeah, man, but I'm sure you're happy as an old Villager to see
100%.
This turnaround. I mean, when clubs, teams, schools, whenever you see something special happening, especially after years of disappointment, heartache, and maybe sometimes often wanting to throw in the towel and just accept their fate, Villagers really build something solid. And Rosie, who's a friend of the podcast, he's quite proud of his Villager roots, and just seeing him as a good friend of mine celebrating, seeing all the videos that took place. I'm sure the celebration is still going on.
100%. I haven't heard from him.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him in a couple of days, so I'm sure he'll probably only recover by Friday.
Yeah,
then he'll probably be back at it again. But yeah, that's great. I mean, the club rugby games we've been chatting about, they're also there. There's some crazy scores, but all around, I think the good competition, and
awesome to watch.
Just shows
Amazing
you the depth that we have in the Western Cape. So.
100%. I think for a long time, Jam, as you said, that factor or that section of rugby was leaking at a time. Schoolboy rugby was great and international was great, but that middle section, it's kind of getting gelled into so nicely now, which is lovely to see.
Okay, and then next we move on to the infamous Curry Cup. As you know, I've been a little bit harsh on the Curry Cup, saying that it feels like the old Vodacom Cup. Not many stars. I mean, Faf de Klerk is still a star playing, but it seems like most of the big unions that play in the URC are using it as a way to maybe blood in some new players who could then maybe move on to URC. But the URC teams, as you can see with the greatest rivalry, the URC teams are quite set. The Curry Cup teams are definitely different. So a watered down Curry Cup, but as a loyalist to the Curry Cup, I still go out and watch.
No, you're 100% right. I mean, even the Sharks 15 and the Stormers 23, you maybe saw that once or twice a year. Now it's a full-on squad throughout the year.
Yeah. So then we had the Griquas beating the Lions 31-19. The Blue Bulls with a bit of a shock.
The Pumas,
but the Pumas sticking it out. Pumas winning that 33-31. Blue Bulls almost going for an upset there.
But listen, that's 2 good wins away from home.
Yeah.
Last week in Wellington against Boland, and now at Loftus.
Pumas are on the rise. They're looking good. And then we had the Sharks 19, the Cavaliers 12. I watched that game. A very, very scrappy affair. Very, very scrappy. But one of the highlights for me for that game, I don't know if you noticed, but so Durban have the Sharks rather. Obviously, you saw during the week they had their massive rebrand, which some people have enjoyed and looks like a lot haven't.
Yes.
But I'm one of those. Let's move with the time. So I'm keen to see what else they pull out. But they did something which was for me very nice. They took the game to KwaMashu, which is one of, if not Durban's biggest township, and it was well attended. So I think that could be a thing that we see more often of them playing in that stadium.
So that's where it was.
Yes,
we were all on the stadium. We were all on the couch, and we were like, "Where is it?"
Yeah. That's not Kings Park at all. But
that is amazing to hear.
Yeah, that is that, and that's how rugby grows when you take it around. And you give access to new audiences. I mean, KwaMashu is traditionally a football township, So now, if they get the opportunity to be exposed to rugby, I mean, that's just good for the more interest, more guys wanting to take it up, and that's just good for their grassroots level structures as well. So well done to the Sharks for identifying that and pulling through with that. It was from what it looked like, great event.
Yeah.
Then the last game, the Stormers 15-26 and the Cheetahs 31. That was a nice game as well. Very tight, but Cheetahs just having a little bit extra to pip the Stormers there.
That one Dile Malaba kid is something special.
Yeah.
Obviously scoring 2 for the Stormers, 23. Scoring in the 76th minute, I thought that was game over.
Yeah.
I mean, and then all of a sudden, Jean-Luc du Plessis is off with the cramp. So the first kick of the game for the reserve, obviously missing the kick.
Yeah.
26 or... Faf de Klerk doing Faf de Klerk things.
Faf de Klerk showing why he is a good man. That's what you want to see as well. A player of experience just saying, hey guys, like I've got that little extra bit to just take us over the edge. But actually quite a good week in the Currie Cup. There was no team that was sort of pumped the other team.
True.
It was
much better.
It was actually quite a close affair. And it was well done to all the teams. It was good rugby. I caught some of the highlights. I enjoyed a lot of the rugby that was being played in the Currie Cup. So it sort of counters what I was saying earlier when I said it's a watered down Currie Cup, but there is still some good rugby
still
being
exciting
played.
times.
So you got to give credit where credit is due.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, after week 1, after beating the champions Griquas, I thought we were in for a shout this season. Now we're sitting at 6th already.
As you know, Stormers open up hot against the defending champions, but that's the margins in this tournament. 1 week you're up. I mean, look at the Cavaliers when they were up against against the Stormers, and then now I think they've got 2 back-to-back losses.
2 back-to-back.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky. And then the big talking point of this past weekend, the greatest rivalry kicking off. The first game, Stormers versus the All Blacks. Mr. Nice Guy, please take us through what you experienced.
No, that was beyond special. Like, obviously, just looking on the TV, looking at the stadium, the atmosphere was electric out there, and the lighting shows were amazing. Looking at New Zealand coming onto the park, it looked like they were at Eden Park. They felt right at home with all the supporters in the stadium, as we've all seen. But the game itself, absolutely incredible. Surprised me, to be very honest. I thought the Stormers really matched them physicality and speed of ruck. I thought the Stormers were absolutely incredible. Obviously, Dion Wine, fine wine. I mean, Branners, the amount of nicknames that he has, deservingly so.
Yeah.
He was absolutely impeccable. And there's Rassie couldn't ignore it.
Sinatla rolling back the years as well, showing that he still has a clean pair of heels. You could just tell from the kickoff. Let me not rush to the kickoff. The pre-match show.
Yes.
It felt, and I just want to congratulate whoever is part of the production team and the Stormers team who put that together. That is how you start a tour of this magnitude.
100%. That was Moonsport.
Moonsport. Shout out to Moonsport. The quality in production. It felt like we're in an international tournament, and I'm talking about this felt like we're in the NFL league.
Literally,
or basketball or the Premier League, something that you wouldn't expect from rugby. It was extravagant, but it hit the nail on the head. It showed how important and big of a fixture this, or how big of a tour this is, and what it actually means to South Africans to be able to reignite this rivalry with the All Blacks. I was so proud. It made me proud as a South African, proud as a Cape Townian, just to see that level. The other cities, you guys are gonna have your work cut out.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, tonight is
to top that
All Blacks versus Sharks. I don't know what's gonna happen at the Shark Tank, but I doubt they can compete with the flex that the DHL Stormers put down on the Friday.
I fully agree with you, Jam. And like you said, you can't even talk about the kickoff just yet, because I think 99% of South Africa was crying when they saw Diamani's emotions.
Yeah,
it
you
was
could see
beyond
that
special.
It means a lot. It means a lot to the people, and it was just such a big occasion, and the fans were there, and we stepped up as a rugby nation, and the Stormers first half up to the probably 55th 60th minute were there. They were matching the All Blacks, but I think obviously the All Blacks, with the quality that they do have, were able to weather out that storm, and then obviously start showing why they are the All Blacks.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, we could be here all day picking out, that's how amazing the Stormers were. We could be here all day picking out individuals. But the one I really want to talk as, and it's hard for me as a Rondebosch old boy talking about these superstars, not from Rondebosch.
Yeah.
But I mean, the whole school of Wynberg, hats off to you for going out there.
Oh, brilliant.
Why they were there, for the superstar Yakin Ahmed. He was incredible.
That's his first game at that level. He hasn't gotten any ERC caps. He hasn't gotten any Currie Cup caps. They said, my boy, it is time for you to face the big leagues. And he passed with flying colors for a debut of that magnitude in such a big game.
And you're looking at Bowden on the other
Bowden
side.
Barrett on the other side. And just to show you how big of an occasion it was, and how important it was for rugby, you see the pictures of Bowden Barrett coming to the Stormers change room and giving him his 10 jersey, just to say, game recognized game. I saw something
100%
special there.
100%. For Friday morning in Bowden's interview, he actually, I don't think he was meant to say this in words, but he said, I'm definitely going to have a couple of drinks with Yakin afterwards. He actually he stopped it.
And then now we're going to move on to the big fixture for the weekend, which was obviously. Before I actually move on to that, I'm sure you saw the Japan Australia game. I wasn't able to catch any of that game, but the score tells us that it was a very close game. I mean, I think it was 35-32.
Amazing game that was. I actually commentated on it, and it was incredible. I mean, Australia actually had the game in the bag most of the time.
Yeah.
But when it hit like the 60th minute with 20 to play, and we all know Australia have been struggling to play second half rugby.
Yes.
But that first half of the second half, they managed to stick to their game plan. But again, from 60 to 80, were falling short. And I think they lost that last 17 points to 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And it was almost enough for Japan to pull off a famous victory.
Well done to Japan for sticking it out. Like you said, there were moments where it looked like Australia were going to run away with it. I was following sort of online. I couldn't watch, but it looked like there were moments where Australia were going to pull away, but Japan stuck to it. So congrats to both sides. Then now we go to look at the big fixture, Springbok fans.
Complete opposite game.
Yeah. Obviously, we have a lot of experts in South Africa. That's why experts on the couch is a thing. We always say, well, we should have done this, or we should have put this guy there. This combination doesn't work. Put this guy here. Oh, no, this guy, he's done already. But the end score 17-10 against a very, very good Argentinian side. I mean, I think we did touch on it a couple of weeks ago that, listen, with Argentina, we already talking about the biggest rivalry. Guys, don't forget we have Argentina. Argentina also just almost beat a good England side. They lost in the last minute. They actually could have drawn against us in the last minute. They had it, but the wing obviously let himself down with his hands. But Ryan, overall, please take us through that game as well.
Yeah, like you said, Jam, obviously the public speaking about it at the moment, and like everyone's like, oh, not such a great performance by the Springboks. But Rassie warned us 2 weeks ago, any nation that goes to Argentina, it doesn't look pretty ever. So like going out to Argentina and getting the win is fantastic. And also 12 on the trot. South Africa forget to mention that. We are 12 on the trot now, chasing the record, which is 17 on the trot. I mean, Rassie's doing incredible things out there. Yes, it was messy, but we stuck to our game plan, and that's what we do. We play according to the conditions and according to the opposition out there.
Yeah.
Going players-wise, I mean, I'll be honest, I wasn't very impressed with a lot of them, but for me, Eben coming back looked like he never left.
Yeah.
He looked absolutely incredible, and Rassi's just creating more headaches for himself and us because we have another world-class eighth man on the scene, don't we?
Yeah.
Cameron
Hanekom.
Wow.
The game he needed to have in terms of challenging Jasper Wiese. I mean, Jasper Wiese still has the jersey on lockdown, but Cameron Hanekom is one of those players, and we keep talking about this, guys. We say, now is the time to start booking your flight
100%.
For the World Cup. So I think a guy like Cameron Hanekom, he can start getting his visa application
100%. Talking about
ready.
booking flights,
Yeah.
I think Andre did that for himself in Argentina.
Yeah, that's what's in some of my other groups as well. That was a topic of discussion. That hey guys, we don't write off Andre Pollard. Yeah, don't write off Andre Pollard. And his game management when he came on was superb. So guys, don't write him off. He's still got it, and he'll probably be going there, even if it's as in a Grootman role.
Yes.
Guys expect him to also have his passport ready to go to Australia. Also, shout out to Zach Porton. I don't know if you saw how dominant he was in the scrum when he came on, and he was running also with the ball in hand, skillful. Taking his opportunity as well. I like to see when the youngsters get blooded in and they actually step up and show us that hey, they also hungry to wear the jersey.
I never seen how was that step by the big man? It looked like Cheson's been.
Yeah, it looks like him and Cheson have been. He's been giving Cheson's been giving him private lessons.
No, that was special. A big man moving like that.
Big man moving
scary,
like that,
scary.
but you expect that from a Weinberg boy.
That's
Weinberg forwards. I mean, Southern Suburb forwards in general always had a bit of a step to them, bit of flair. You guys down here in the Southern Suburbs like to, run the ball a bit. So all those skills,
not like Bishop.
No, you're not an overkill like the boys down the road who run it from their 5 meter. But anyway, back to the Springboks. It's a tight game, and this is Ryan. What you're saying, and I hope some of the audience gets this as well. Is that, guys? Firstly, we've got a target on our backs. We are double world champs. We have the most high quality depth in rugby right now.
For sure.
Guys, these games are not going to be easy. Guys are going full out against us to unseat us. So we're not going to have these games where we're just winning 40-10 or whatever. That's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen, no.
But we are going to have close games, and our quality will shine through like it did against Argentina. Those close games, I'm telling you now, 9 times out of 10, the close games will go to the Springboks because most of our players have been in those intense situations, and they know how to adapt and they know how to finish off games. And that's a big thing. Like we just talked about Australia, that's one of their Achilles heels, not being able to finish big games.
Very well said.
Ireland, you've seen them in the past as well, not being able to finish big games. So you can count on the fact that if South Africa is still in it, don't write them off because they know how to finish and manage that last 20 minutes.
That is so well said. And I think also just like reiterating and adding to that point, I think the amount of leaders we have is another massive X factor out there. Rassie creates this sort of environment where he's like, see as captain, but Eben's running the lineouts and Lewitt's doing the lineouts and Andre and Grant Williams will run the back line. They all have amazing roles.
Tiago running it back. With all the injury troubles that he's had, just showing that he's still a class, forward, and that it's almost the rust wasn't even there.
No, literally.
We're in such a good space, guys.
No,
I enjoy it every week, just seeing those guys put everything on the line. Now they've got a bit of a break, a breather, and then obviously Greatest Rivalry tour. But in the next episodes, we will cover that and see the previews of the expected teams to line up against.
I've got 2 questions for you, Jam.
Yes, sir.
One is Sia Khaleesi, unfortunately.
Man.
Same hamstring. Are we going to see him in the Greatest Rivalry?
We have to, surely. I need a Springbok squad that's led by Siya Kolisi. That's what I need.
I mean, going by his recovery time for the last World Cup, surely you can do this.
It's that Gqeberha grass, bro.
Yeah, must be. Yeah.
We've got some muti in Gqeberha that we use. He'll definitely be consulting our local witch doctors just to sort him out for the biggest rivalry, but.
That's the secret.
Yeah, that's the secret to it, man. But in all seriousness, it was. You never want to see a player of that magnitude coming off
for sure
so early, and you could just see the disappointment in his face. This is when us as South Africans, we actually hold him together as well. Guy who's done so much for us, we need to be as positive as he is about South Africa.
So
we need to be positive for him, and we all need to, sort of send messages of encouragement. Because, I mean, he had a long layoff, then to lay off again, obviously mentally must be a bit challenging.
For sure.
But I think with our help, the coach's help, team's help, he'll get through this, and we hopefully will see him at least in 2 of the tests against the All Blacks, because we do need his leadership. He is head and shoulders the best captain we've had in many years, so his leadership is invaluable. So we just wait and see, but we hope for a speedy recovery.
I love that. And then I think secondly and lastly from me, obviously, I don't know if you agree with me, but like Gaza, Damian Willemse is our through and through starting 15, but Aphelele Fassi is clearly in the plans of Rassie Erasmus.
Yeah.
Has he done enough?
Aphelele Fassi, has he done enough? I'll put a question mark there still. He has done enough to, I think, to book himself a flight to Australia as a squad player, but now it's about that match day 23. What does he bring that's enough for him to be part of the match day 23? I still need 1 or 2 major performances from him, because that's what Willemse sort of has above him, is that Willemse has stepped up in big games.
For sure.
I mean, he's stepped up at games at 12, he's stepped up at 15. There have been games where he's gotten winning kicks. I think it was against Australia that couple, I mean, this is a throwback now, but a couple of years ago when he got a very, very tough kick over to win the game. So the mentality for Damian, the confidence is there. Aphelele just needs to get to that level of confidence, which I think Rassie, that's why he keeps putting him in the squad, is so he can finally unlock that full potential at the park level. So we await that, and I have no doubt that he can do it. It's up to him. Obviously, he just has to put in the performances.
Good answer that. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't show him the script before the time.
Okay, but now before we love and leave the beautiful people who watch us talk as the experts on the couch, Sharks and the All Blacks are taking place today at Kings Park, obviously in Durban. Any sort of highlights in your preview for that game?
Yes, yeah, and I'm obviously very excited for it. The fact that we don't have to wait till the weekend to watch some rugby is amazing. Breaks up the week beautifully. I am deep down, I'm terrified for the Sharks, just because of the lineup New Zealand has posted out there. That is very close to their starting lineup. Yes, unfortunately, Cam Roygard has another calf niggle, but I don't think that's a serious thing. They're just obviously wanting to keep him for the big encounters against the Booker. But Jam, unfortunately, I don't think. Again, I hope Mr. Nice Guy Rugby is wrong out here. I don't think the Sharks are going to put up as much of a fight as the Stormers did. I'm going to go as far as saying New Zealand by 30.
Okay, Mr. Nice Guy not giving Sharks much to work with. But one thing I must say, obviously, in my opinion, the greatest centre to play the game of rugby, Ma Nonu, is on the bench.
Special times.
I don't know if I showed you the video, but basically when the All Blacks toured years ago, they played against Munster, and Doug Howlett was in the Munster team, and there was 2 other New Zealanders, and they obviously New Zealand did the haka, but those guys also did the haka. So I'm wondering if Ma Nonu, but obviously this will only come out on Friday or Thursday, Friday. But I'm wondering if Nonu is going to do anything to challenge the haka, because it will be his first time, facing off against the haka, and he was always on the other side for many years. So I also think what you said, to be honest.
When you're ready.
So I would, pains me, but I would have to agree with you that I think All Blacks are going to run away with it. 30 sounds harsh, but also the Sharks haven't given us much to work with in this past season, whereas the Stormers, you could sort of see the team, how it was structured, that this is a team that can 100%. Actually do something against the All Blacks. Sharks, I'm not too confident about it, but let's see what happens. But before we go, I just wanted to give a special shout out to the women's Bok team.
55-12.
55-12. They first tour in Fiji, and they beat them 55-12. Why that's special for me is that they getting these opportunities now, obviously off the back of that quarterfinal, where they went to the quarterfinal for the first time, and they are using these opportunities. And as we say, we need to keep supporting them, watch them. I know it's at awkward times. I don't know, I think the test this past weekend was at 4 a.m. or something.
For some that works.
Yeah, some that work. Yeah, some guys stumbling in from the jail, so they might as well put it on the TV. But it's always great to support, and I mean a victory like that. It's
nice to see this dominant performances, like you sang. It's very very nice to see that.
Yeah, but guys, we've come to the end of another electric episode. We had a very good conversation. I am JamJam the comedian.
Mr. Nice Guy Rugby, and as JamJam said, episode 13 at Rondebosch Boys High School. The reason we're here is because we're playing against Cheltenham, a touring side from England, and you'll see a bit of footage after this episode.
Thank you very much. Please go like, subscribe, follow our page. We want to grow this community so we can keep giving you fun, expert analysis on rugby. That's our sport, that's what we're here for, and we enjoy doing it. So please follow us on this journey, and continue to like and share, subscribe our content. Thank you.